I'm Hannah, and I'm in Collin County. Before I got to the facility, I would say my health was okay. My mental kind of went up and down because I'm bipolar, but I've never been to a doctor for it. So I go up and I go down and I go up and I go down. But I never had like any health issues. I wasn't really on any drugs or anything like that. Since being in the Collin County facility, Wellpath has treated me a couple times. At first, I went to the infirmary on suicide watch because I was doing really bad. And, I told the nurses when I went up there, like, I don't like to be by myself. This is really scary. I didn't really want to do this. And so in between every round, like every 10 minutes, they would come up and they would talk to me, that's just trying to make me feel better. What happened to me in November, I was having a really hard time mentally. I had just gotten over my year mark and my 21st birthday, and I just was in a really low spot, and I made a bad decision. I ended up taking some drugs while I was in here. I didn't realize how strong they were, and so I ended up ODing. So they had to use 3 Narcans on me the whole step of the way. Even when I would come back for a second, they were all there just making sure I got through it. I was going in and out. Every time I would close my eyes and open them back up, it would be different nurses around me, but it was always a nurse there. It was really hard when I came back because I was here, but my mental, it was like I was in a bubble. I was really upset because I didn't want to spend the weekend in the infirmary because I don't like being by myself. The nurses literally were doing the same thing. They were come talking to me every time, like joking with me, everything like that. So they definitely made it better. I mean, it helped a lot to have that big group of people comforting me, I guess. To describe those nurses, I would say kind, funny. They were really funny. They always made me laugh. Gentle. They never really pushed me or anything like that. It was always just what I was willing to talk about. They were always willing to listen. They weren't judgmental. They were really helpful. If the nurses weren't there and if they didn't get to me in time, I wouldn't be here. My sister has a 2.5-year-old and a baby on the way, and we found out she was pregnant when I got home from the hospital. So I would be missing out on all of that, plus the rest of my life. So it's an intense memory, I guess. I'm in a good place mentally, spiritually, physically, that I feel like living isn't an issue anymore. I went from being really, really, really down to being up here. I want to say thank you, I guess, for just not giving up. And I don't think that if we didn't have the nurses that we have in the facility, I think they would have just found me and left me. I can't even express how grateful I am. Because, like I said, I have a lot of things to look forward to. A lot of things, I wouldn't have that chance at all without them. And I just really, really appreciate it.